Today on Place Name Here,
Trustfall.
you are too far
No,
back.
dude, I got it. Trust me.
Trust you. Oh! Ow!
Well, that was interesting. Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Miller,
Ow.
and this is Anthony Dalton, and this is the final episode of Place Name Here, Season 1. What are you crying about, you big baby?
You didn't catch me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't.
I'll be all right.
I don't think I understood that part of the.
Yeah. It's okay. I only need one of my kidneys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. You only do need one. So anyway, on this episode of Place Name Here, we are going to talk about lens flare.
Lens flare.
No, not specifically. Are you right?
No, I'm fine.
Not specifically just lens flare, but Tony and I had just seen Star Trek. You have to say a little bit about why we're talking about lens flare.
Well, as you were about to say, and then decided to throw it to me for some unknown reason.
Well, because you had a lot to say about that. That's why I threw it to you.
I happened to be browsing YouTube. Yes, that's a thing. And I stumbled across a funny video. Yes, I know.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Continue. It was an
Interrupting.
episode of Place Name Here, I
No,
guess.
it was not.
Okay.
I stumbled across the video that made fun of the fact now that J.J. Abrams is going to be directing the new Star Wars movie, that it's going to be Star Wars with lens flares. And then after that I realized, oh my god, the first, well, J.J. Abrams Star Trek and then this newest J.J. Abrams Star Trek is riddled with lens flares, almost to a comedical...
Comedical?
Comedical?
That's a thing.
I fell. I hit my head. Whatever the words.
A comedic.
A comedic amount of lens flares. It's easy.
Which
I can't
it really
talk,
begs the
Ed.
question, and this is something that we've been noticing. I don't know, maybe, we'd have to actually consult our film historian to find out if this has existed for a lot longer. But the reality of it is that lens flare used to be something that you absolutely didn't want. Well, in fact, on older cameras, in the television era, if you pointed a camera towards a light, it could actually destroy the camera.
Yes.
So lens flare was like evil. Now on film, it just wasn't good looking. I'm sure you could ruin you could overexpose your film and ruin it. So at one time, things like that were very bad. Although they may have had an interesting look, lens flare was a bad thing, and made your movie look amateurish, and it made you look like you didn't know what you were doing because you pointed your camera at a light. How stupid are you? But now with the magical digital technology and the magic, now there was things you could do. You could put filters over your lenses, and you could actually get cool lens,
bursts,
like whatever they call it, star burst over your light or whatever light source. There's always ways of being able to shoot towards a light, but now it's like it's becoming almost like an epidemic. Things like that. So what were the other things we just decided to talk about? So it's like not just lens flare. Lens flare used to be something that you didn't want, and now it's become an artistic add-on to a film. What else has there been? There's been what, shaky cam?
Shaky cam, yeah. That's one of the ones where I was going to go
right, where
to
it's
next.
literally like
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Well, Cloverfield was a movie where it was
Blair Witch.
Cloverfield was intentionally shot to look like it was handheld.
But
So in some respects, like it's not pleasant to watch. Or even you go back before then to Blair Witch Project, which was handheld, but it was like people in the woods shooting their own videos, and that's what the Cloverfield was supposed to be like.
Now,
too.
can you imagine either of those movies ever being in 3D IMAX?
Like it might actually
Yeah,
cause
it would
your
be,
eyeballs to shake out of your head.
I honestly believe it will be a dare to go see it in IMAX 3D without throwing up.
Well, what's funny is that they do now. Like so, those movies at least, the shaky camera was literally a part of.
Yeah, there was a reason, but it was
a
still there.
dude holding a camera. Like most of the time when you're watching a movie, although it is a dude holding a camera or a woman, or the camera's on a tripod or a dolly, you're actually supposed to be looking at it through like the mind's eye of imagination, and you know, it's not actually a camera. You're supposed to be taken away from that aspect. But in Cloverfield, you know, it was a guy holding a camera. That camera person was a character in the movie also. There was no fourth wall at all.
Fourth wall.
The fourth
Fourth wall. I won't touch your lens.
So in those movies it made sense, but now they're starting to add it to, like, I remember one of the Harry Potter, one of the last two parts of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a couple scenes where it was like absurdly shaky camera. Now it's, you know, they're using it for an aesthetic purpose to like make it feel like it's really actiony or something. But it's just amazing like how shaky it was, and that was something that was previously non-desirable, or would have considered making your movie amateurish. And it's funny. It depends on who you are whether that works or not. Because like if it's you or I just making a home movie, even if we're trying to be really cinematic about it, you know, people will be like, "Well, be criticized for the shaky cam." But then, you know,
as soon
the
as
director
it becomes,
of Harry Potter is like,
yeah,
he's a genius.
As soon as it becomes a multi-million-dollar choice,
right? So then you go back to other things that were like not desirable, like just completely, you know, we can go to my arch. He's not really my nemesis, but a filmmaker who I kind of like don't like very much, and that's Steven Soderbergh, and he's got the filter. Like it's like he invented the filter. You know, you go back to the movie Traffic, and it's like Mexico is orange, Washington D.C. is blue. Right. Well, previously that would be considered like you didn't white balance your camera. You know, like, you know, and we're talking like we're not just talking about it having a filter on it that kind of makes it have like a little bit of a stack. We're talking like it was orange. Like everything was orange. Like if it went in DC, everything in DC was blue. Like, you know, people were practically Smurfs. Mm-hmm. So.
I got one.
But because he's Steven Soderbergh, you know, you can make it happen. It's all.
I got one, and this is riddled throughout all of YouTube. The jump cut.
The jump cut. Now, you may have noticed we don't do the jump cut.
Not.
We do the bleep and bars, as we call it.
That's our editing technique.
That's
when
our
there's
version
nothing.
of the jump cut. I tell you what, I can't really criticize the jump cut in terms of a video blog method, because there are people who have millions of subscribers and viewers, and their videos are entirely riddled with jump cut.
I still don't like it.
I don't like it. I feel like it's become a YouTube thing. It's like any of these other things. It's like was once considered a bad way of doing things, and it's now a completely adopted and acceptable way of doing things. The reality is, like, you know, there's times where our show may seem a little slow because we're going or trying to compile our thoughts. What they'll do on another YouTube video blog is they'll do a jump cut, so they don't have that, and you know, it creates a style of video that people become accustomed to.
Yeah, but
it's the video blog style.
You could
like vlogging Johnny does the jump cut.
Yeah,
and you know, vlogging Johnny, you know, wants to put some of our videos on thatkindofnerd.com. So that'll be something you might be able to see our show eventually on thatkindofnerd.com.
Is that like the new Collector's Gateway?
It's kind of like that. I guess. I'm probably messing up the name. Thatkindofnerd.com?
Is it?
Thatkindofnerd.com? I better be right. I've said it enough times. If it's wrong, we'll put an actual link there that says the real thing. Even if it's not wrong, we'll still put that link there. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's live yet, but thatkindofnerd.com is going to be something that's coming out.
As opposed to this kind of nerd.
This kind of nerd? Like that kind of nerd? I think that's how it's supposed to be, like that kind of nerd. But Vlogging Johnny, he's also got a YouTube channel. You can check it out. I know Vlogging Johnny.
We know. I was a roommate.
You were his roommate. I met him through you. Although, you know, he auditioned for my movie.
Yeah, no, you met him. Semantics.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Sean and I get caught up on semantics.
So the jump cut, all that stuff. There's a lot of different techniques that were once considered bad and now are totally acceptable. But depending on who does it and how you do it, I guess. So the lens flare is almost like. But what's funny is J.J. Abrams like is now like coined as being the inventor of the lens flare. You know, it's like, or maybe he's the inventor of the aesthetic lens flare.
Maybe.
you know, maybe he's the one who made it cool and made it good. It's possible.
I think I need some ice.
Do you need some ice?
Yeah.
So, anyway, this has been Place Name Here, Season 1. You know,
In the can.
do some
There's no
comments, talk to us, let us know what you thought of the season. You know, go through all the videos, watch them all again, tell us what you think. We're excited to hear from you, our viewer, viewers.
Their singular viewer.
You know, do you like the table in front of us, or do you like us in this belly visible,
Belly vision.
in this bellyvision.com?
That I really hope that's not a
I
website.
don't go there.
Yeah.
I would not go there. So I'm not going to even bother. Should we do the gray thing at the end?
Why don't we just say thank you for watching?
Thank you for watching. I'm going to put the end credits music on right now in a really low quality of no gray. Got to put the distemper, whatever that, I forget what it's called.
All
The
Colors
song-
Crew.
All Colors Crew.
I found it.
All Colors Crew. Thank you to All Colors Crew for the creative
No, All Colors Crew is the name of the song. Distemper is the name of the music.
I'm sorry.
Name of the.
Thank you to Distempers. Distempers
hit-
All Colors Crew
Yes.
for making some great Creative Commons music that we use for our intro. And, you know, that's it. That's our first season.
I had to throw the thumbs up in there. I do it
I'm gonna
every
miss
episode.
you, Tony. I'm gonna miss you so much.
We can still hang out off camera.
Can we-
or-
Can we? I mean,
Yeah,
I'll be alright. I'll be alright.
it's okay.
Bye, folks.